ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। हरि ओम। We are studying second verse of Sadhana Panchakam. We will read that verse once. Sangas satsu vidhiyatam bhagavato bhaktirdrudhadhiyatam shantyadi parichiyatam drudataram karmashu sanchajyatam सद्विद्वानुपसृप्यतां प्रतिदिनं तत्पादुका सेव्यतां ब्रह्मैकाक्षरमर्च्यतां श्रुतिशिरो वाक्यं समाकर्ण्यताम्. So we have to study today the seventh pointer for the seekers given in the second verse of Sadhana Panchakam. Brahma Ekaksharam Archata. That is a beautiful thing. So, he says, Brahma Ekaksharam Archata. That worship every day Omkara, Upasana. So, worship Om. Which one? The immutable Om Sadhana. So worship Brahma Ekaksharam Archata. Om is the Pranava mantra. Pranava mantra. In Upanishads, Omkara, Upasana was given in many places in various Upanishads. Om is a name of Brahman. Tasya Vachaka Pranavaha. Yoga Sutras. Ishvara name is Om. Om. So, one of the most powerful Upasanas is Omkara Upasana. Omkara Upasana. And we come across in Mundaka Upanishad. It's a beautiful mantra. Pranavo Yesha Dhanuhu. Sharo Atma Pranavo Dhanuhu. Sharo Hyatma Brahmatallam Lakshamuchyate Brahmatat Lakshamuchyate Apramattena Vedhavyam Sharavattanmayo Bhavet. Pranavaha. This Omkara is Dhanuhu, the bow. Omkara is compared to a bow. Support, the arrow. And what is the arrow? Sharohi Atma. You yourself is your Atma. One's own Atman is arrow. So with the help of Omkara Upasana, which is a bow, the arrow called one's own self is released towards Brahmata Lakshamuchyate. That what is the target? The goal this arrow has to reach? The Lord, the Brahman is the target. And therefore it is said, Apramattena Vedhavyam. With alertness it has to be released. We have to strike the target with absolute alertness, with great skill, with the help of the bow called Omkara. This arrow that is you, Jiva, has to be released with the Omkara Upasana. And one should get merged in Brahman. So Brahma, Jiva Brahma, Aikya Bodha should take place, for which Omkara is a great source, great support. Omkara is a great support. So Sarvam Omkara eva. And very exhaustively this Omkara was discussed in Mandukya Upanishad. Akara, Ukara, Makara. Very first mantra itself in Mandukya, in the beginning itself, Om Ityetad Aksharam Idagam Sarvam Tasya Upavyakyanam Bhutam Bhavat Bhavishyaditi Sarvam Omkara Eva Yacha Anyat Trikalatitam Tadapyonkara Eva. Very Mandukya Upanishad. Om iti etad aksharam idagam sarvam. This aksharam, imperishable. The Omkara, Oma. Later on, very beautiful Akara, Ukara, Makara, on which, on each matra, each state is superimposed. Jagradavastha, Swapnavastha, and Sushuptyavastha were superimposed. And very exhaustively discussed on the in Mandukya Upanishad. So Akara, Ukara, Makara, Ardhamatra, all this form the Omkara. So therefore here, Om iti etad aksharam idagam sarvam, and sarvam Omkara eva. In Chandogya Upanishad, ultimately everything said, everything is established in Omkara eva. Omkara is Dhanu, the Pranavaha, Pranavanada. From Nada only everything has emerged. So Omkaram is sarvam etad. Idagam sarvam aksharam, idagam sarvam Omkaram. Tasya upavyakyanam bhutam bhavat bhavishyad iti sarvam Omkaram. So in Bhutakala, Bhavishyat-kala, Vartamana-kala, everything is actually superimposed on that Omkara eva. Everything is Omkaramayam. Akara Ukaramayam. Akaramayam. Yacha Anyat Trikalatitam Tadapyonkara eva. And that which is beyond the Trika, the 3 periods of time, that also is Omkara eva. Very exhaustively, this has been described and commented upon by the great Acharyas on Omkara. So, one of the most important sadhana is what? Omkara. In Yoga Shastras, Omkara Ucharana also how it has to be done. Where which matra to be prolonged and which matra, by prolonging which matra, by stressing the Ucharana, the utterance on by stressing on which matra during utterance, what kind of results we get. All these things are very exhaustively dealt. And Omkara Upasana, Omkara Nada Upasana is absolutely very great sadhana for spiritual seekers. So therefore, Bhagavan Shankaracharya says here, Omkara. Omkara is what? It is a sound symbol of Brahman. Sound symbol. So when you say Om, as Yoga Sutra says, Tasya Vachaka Pranavaha, the name of Ishvara is Om. Ishvara can be called as Om. And Ishvara is all pervading. Please understand. Ishvara is all pervading. And his name is Om. Om is the name of Brahman. Om is the name of Ishvara. Om is all, this is every manifested, unmanifested, everything is Omkaramayam. So when I utter Om, and since Ishvara is all pervading, and is Sarvavit and Sarvagnya, is Samanya Jnanam, Vishesha Jnanam, both he has got that Sarvajnatvam, he is the general knowledge, he has complete knowledge of everything, and is also Sarvam Vetti, individually what is there in every Antakarana, in every mind and intellect of every being, he knows because he is seated in every heart. Ishvara Sarabhutanam Hriddeshe Arjuna Tishtati. And such a Ishvara who is all pervading, who is residing in everybody's heart and who is always awake and aware, he is not sleeping. If Ishvara sleeps, meaning Ishvara doesn't sleep. Both Ishvara sleeps, like, for example, the Sushti cannot exist. So his consciousness is fully aware all the time. And such Ishvara's name is Omkara. So whenever I utter Om, there must be immediate instant response from Ishvara in reply to the very utterer of Omkara himself. This is the faith. This is the truth. Because I am calling. I am calling whom? The one who is all pervading. One who is not deaf and dumb. So Omkara Upasana, with that faith, when we chant Omkara Upasana every day, there are so many people chant Omkara Upasana, say 108 times, some 1008 times, Upasana, Om, chanting. And we had great Mahatmas were there, and we used to chant Omkara Upasana for 1 hour, 1.5 hours. all together, hundreds of people, just to chant Om, very rhythmic, very completely tuned to everyone. Samashti Omkara Upasana. So Omkara, when we do, it takes care of everything. Sarvam Omkara Eva. That is the beauty. So therefore it is said very clearly, Sarvam Omkara Eva. So Brahmaikaksharam Srutishiro Vakyam Samakarnyatam. So this is the first important thing where Bhagavan Shankaracharya speaks about it. So this Srutishiro Vakyam Samakarnyatam, we shall now see it. Srutishiro Vakyam Samakarnyatam. This we have to see it again. So, sorry for little interruption. There's some connection issue. Brahmaikaksharam. So we saw the importance of Omkara Sadhana. And Omkara Sadhana, when we do, it takes care of everything. Kamadam Mokshadam Chaiva Omkaraya Namo Namah. Omkara Bindu Samyuktam Nityam Dhyayanti Yoginah. Kamadam Mokshadam Chaiva Omkaraya Namo Namaha. So when we chant Omkara, it takes care of both material prosperity and spiritual. Whatever we do, whatever we want with the Omkara chanting, whatever we keep in the mind while chanting Omkara, Uddeshya, intention, that will take care of. That will take care of what? That will take care of our needs, whatever we want, all that can be achieved through Omkara Upasana. Upasana is same, Omkara Upasana. So, Kamadam Mokshadam Chaiva. Omkaraya Namo Namah. So, this Omkara Upasana is beautifully said, and everyone should do Upasana of Omkara, Omkara Japam, Omkara Dhyanam, and take up Upanishads based on Upanishadic declarations and on Om, explanations on Om, contemplate on the meaning of Om, and the seeker will get purified. So this is about Omkara Upasana. Next one is what? Shrutishiro Vakyam Samakarnyatam. Samyak Akarnyatam Shrutishiro Vakyam. Shruti means Veda. Shrutishira means Upanishad. Vakyam, sentences, declarations. Samyak Akarnyatam, listen in depth. So listen in depth the declarations of the Upanishadic statements. Listen in depth the declarations of Upanishadic statements. See, very beautiful thing. So, Srutishiro Vakyam Samakarnyatam. Now, we must spend a lot of time, every seeker, in fact, what is Vedanta? Vedanta means Upanishad only. And Vedanta Shastra means what? Brahma Sutras only. Because in Brahma Sutras only, all these riddles are solved. Seemingly, which are appearing as though contradictory statements of all the Upanishads, in all the Upanishads, they're all brought together under one lens, analyzed and beautifully presented, resolving the apparent, not real, apparent conflicts or apparent the statements which are appearing as though contradicting to another statement of the same Upanishad or in different Upanishads. All these things are beautifully analyzed and excellently answered by Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya's commentary in Brahma Sutra Bhashya. All these are resolved. And then why this is done? Because not only it becomes a great meditation for the learner or the one who studies Brahma Sutras, but Brahma Sutra Adhyanam gives a complete, thorough, doubt-free knowledge. Doubt-free knowledge is the result of study of the scriptures. Doubt-free knowledge is the result of the study of the scriptures. It's a Samshaya Rahita Jnanam. Once we get that kind of Samshaya Rahita Jnanam, there is no Samshaya, firmly convinced, and then I can appreciate the in-depth knowledge of Upanishads, in-depth the declarations of Upanishads. So, Upanishad Shabdena Brahma Vidya Uchyate. Bhagavan Shankaracharya, what is Upanishad Shabdena? That in Kathopanishad, the Bhashya beginning, he says Upadhatu, Ni, and all that, how that word is derived. Upanishad Shabdena, ultimately Upanishad Shabdena Brahma Vidya Uchyate. So, what is Upanishad? Brahma Vidya. So, Upa Samipe, go nearer. Again, another meaning, Ni means near. Upa means nearer, Ni means lower, Shad means to sit. So this knowledge has to be gained by going nearer to the teacher and sitting below him, keeping that teacher on a higher platform with humility, with faith, total surrender. That with the pranipatena we saw, pariprashnena sevaya, with this all these qualities, when we go and surrender to the teacher, and then the teacher reveals the secrets of Upanishads to us. He will give us Upanishad Bodha, and that gives tremendous clarity to the seeker. And then his meditations will become easier, beautiful, constructive, and progressive. So here, Samakarnyata means what? Bhagavan Shankaracharya is insisting upon Shravanam, Upanishad Shravanam. Upanishad Shravanam. Upanishad Shravanam. So Shravana Sadhana. It is called Shravana. So we must have Upanishad Shravana Sadhana. Shravanam is a great sadhana. And that too, Upanishad Shravana Sadhana is a very beautiful, powerful sadhana. Ultimately, what is that Upanishad speaks about? In all the Upanishad, the Paramathatparyam of the Upanishads is what? Brahmatmaikya Bodha. Ultimately, the Upanishads declare that Jiva and Brahma are one and the same. So, all those sentences in the Upanishads which declare the oneness between Jivatma and Paramatma, they are called Mahavakyas. Mahavakyas. The great Vakyas, great sentences where the truth is revealed. Truth is revealed. So, in all there are so many Upanishads are there. But Bhagavan Shankaracharya wrote, as all of you know, the 10 major Upanishads, and then Shvetashvatar Upanishad. Some say it was written by Shankara, some say it is not. However, we have very good commentary on that also, Shvetashvatar Upanishad also. So, Ishakena Kata Prashna, Mundamandukya Taitari, Aitareyam Chachandogyam, Rodarnyakam Dasha. So, in Dasha Maha Upanishads, all these great Upanishads, Bhagavan Shankaracharya had commented upon, and there are many commentaries on the Shankaracharya's commentaries. Vartikas were written by Sureshwaracharya, and many Mahatmas have commented, and very excellently beautiful points are presented. So, Upanishad Shravanam and Upanishad Pathanam, Swadhyaya Pravachanabhyam na Pramaditavyam. This was instruction given to all brahmacharis after the Gurukula Vasa during the convocation by the teacher that we see in Taittiriya Upanishad. Swadhyaya Pravachanabhyam na Pramaditavyam. Never give up. There is no pramada should be done. No pramada. No, don't be inadvertence. Inadvertence should be avoided. What? In Shravanam. The Upanishad, what is Shravanam and Pathanam? Pathanam. Swadhyaya Pravachanam. Swadhyaya and Pravachanam, they should not be stopped. Because Pravachanam, when we give, this is called Mananam for us. Teaching is twice learning. So Upanishads are to be studied and heard from a teacher, not independently. So all these Upanishads contain what? As we said just now, Brahma, Jiva Brahma Ikya Bodha. In Mahavakyas, they are to be contemplated upon. Exclusive statements are there in all these great Upanishads. Aham Brahmasmi. First one is Tattvamasi Mahavakya, Upadesha Vakya. You are that. Tattvamasi, Chandogya Upanishad. Prajnanam Brahma in Aitariya Upanishad. Ayamatma Brahma in Mundaka Upanishad. So from all four Vedas And Upanishads, there are from all 4 Vedas, these 4 Mahavakyas are taken up. Aham Brahmasmi, Brihadaranyaka, Ayam Atma Brahma, Prajnanam Brahma, Tattvamasi. These are all Mahavakyas. So Prajnanam Brahma is a definition of Brahman. What is a Brahman? Prajnanam, pure consciousness is Brahman. And Aham Brahmasmi is Anubhava Vakya. Aham Brahmasmi is when we contemplate, ultimately when we realize that I am that. Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. Aham, that I am Brahman. Essentially, I am Brahman. And Guru gives us Upadesha is what? Tattvamasi. You are that. Thou art that. Thou art that. You are, you that are. You are that. Tat, that. Thou, you. That you are. Tat Tvamasi. And on which also Bhagavan Shankaracharya wrote Vakya Vritti, Tattvamasi Mahavakya. And why, how Tat and Tvam seemingly they are different. Tat is that they referred as that. Tvam is referred as this. Tat and this, when you see they are totally different. Ishvara is Sarvajnatva, Sarvavyapakam. Think. He is Ishvara. Jiva is Alpabuddhi, Alpashaktiman, Alpajnani. How come these two seemingly totally different actually? Jiva is so infinitesimally small, but Ishvara is all pervading. How can these two are one and the same? This is how the Upanishad speaks about it, and the mantra and Mahatmas, great acharyas have taught us how when the upadhis are dropped and the essential consciousness is one and the same, and there cannot be any division in that one homogeneous, all-pervading, eternal consciousness. So, this is possible to understand clearly only by regular Shravana, listening to the Upanishadic statements. Think. And you know, Upanishad Shravanam always reminds us of our goal, because they are called metaphysical subjects. Mystical statements of the Upanishads are there. And in fact, there are certain statements of the Upanishads where the seeker, when we hear first time, we get confused or we get really in wonder. Is it true? Is that so? So beautiful. And a lot of upasanas also are given in the Upanishads also only. Upasanas also are given. Meditations are given. How to realize what has been declared in the Upanishads. How to realize that. There are many meditations also are given in the Upanishads. So, once the seeker studied the basic textbooks of the Prakarana Granthas, and having understood them, having qualified, so Athato Brahma Jignasa, Atha Shabda is what? Not only Mangala Vachakam, the auspicious beginning, but also it indicates that now means what? Having completed all other, got qualifications in all other preliminary, where the qualifications are acquired by the seeker to enter into the portals of highest Vedanta, called Brahma Sutras, reflecting on the Upanishadic statements and contemplating upon that and meditating upon them and realizing that before we enter into the highest portals of Vedanta, one must have already got qualified by what? Viveka, Vairagya, Shatsampatti, Mumukshutva. So these are all the fundamental things which we have to strengthen ourselves first. Therefore, when Shankaracharya in the beginning only said earlier, Shantyadi Parichiyatam. Shanti, Danti, Ityadi, Shamadamadi, all these things are to be practiced. And once we are really established and understood and practiced well these basic the preliminary qualifications, fourfold qualifications, which defines the Adhikari, Viveka, Vairagya, Shatsampatti, Mokshutva, and then we enter into study Upanishads, it gives us tremendous clarity, and as though all the clouds are shattered. And what we need is afterwards what? Only Avritti. That is only just study. Vedanta sadhana is Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. Only these three, that's it. So I've done some contemplation on that. Simultaneously, we should start after some time, not in serially. In the beginning, it appears as though, but later on, so some time I spend on Shravanam, some time I spend on Mananam, some time I spend on Nididhyasanam. Thus, my mind is employed almost all the time throughout the day in contemplating upon the statements of the Upanishads. And this is possible only when we first listen from a teacher, Guru Mukataha. On our own, when we refer books or listen to some kind of lectures, we may not get satisfied, because the vibrant presence of the teacher is absolutely necessary in order to draw the streams of blessing, streams of energies, streams of the grace that follows because of the live presence of a teacher. When I am there, living in proximity at the feet of the teacher, looking into his eyes, feeling the presence of the teacher, and looking at the teacher's behavior of the time, what you call, not during the class, but rest of the time, how he behaves, how he moves, how he shows his love and kindness and compassion, how he is deeply rooted and he really established in the Brahmachintan and Brahmanubhuti. If he is the great master of Srotriya Brahmanishta, when I closely live with him, with the great teacher, with him or her, whatever the teacher, the form, gender is immaterial. Whatever we spend time with the great teacher, a great Mahatma, the evolved soul, evolved being, I draw a lot of energy, lot of the presence itself motivates me. Presence itself set rights my thinking. Therefore, listening to a teacher physically, having trained, one teacher teaches us about 12 years of brahmacharya, 24 years as olden time, depending on the studies. And then teacher says, now you go for on parivrajaka or brahmacharya. Don't want grahastha ashrama. Before grahastha, I want to be parivrajaka for some time, or I want to take up sannyas directly. Depending upon the qualifications of the student, and the guru blesses him. And then the shishya goes on his own way. I mean, may not meet that guru again in life. In those days, it is very difficult to meet. The guru also is on move, shishya is also on move. So communications were not so easy. So the guru blesses him and shishya goes in his own way, spending a lot of time on contemplating on what guru had said. When advanced seekers, they invoke the guru's presence in their heart, they can ever always feel connected. Heart-to-heart connection can be established between the teacher and the student through upasana, through nididhyasana. And such a student will never miss this guru. So that somebody, advanced students can experience this. So many people ask, okay, can I study on my own? You can study. It's not that it's better than nothing. It isn't, is it not? Oh, instead of studying all useless literature, it is better to study, spend time on Upanishads. Very good, no doubt about it. But then there are more chances that we misunderstand rather than understand it, number one. So misunderstanding causes, so many tremors in our bosom. So to set all those things very clearly, to remove all those misunderstandings, again, I need to go back to my teacher. So physical proximity is absolutely necessary in the beginning, at least for some time. Once we get that kind of firm base within, then we can go ahead in our own journey as the destiny takes us away from the guru sometimes. But we can carry the guru's words in our heart. Therefore, most important thing is that we must spend a lot of time in life listening to Upanishadic statements, for which we need to get qualified first. So that's why Prakarana Granthas, Bhagavad Gita and Prakarana Granthas, where definitions, the Vedantic terms are explained. When the foundation is clear, then we can enter into the Shravana of Upanishadic statements. So therefore, Bhagavan Shankaracharya very clearly says here, Shrutishiro Vakyam Samakarnyatam. This is the second verse which we have completed now. Okay. So here we conclude in this class, and next class we enter into the third verse of Sadhana Panchakam. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Sat Gurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you all. Hari Om.